It's Michael Gascon, the Horse Guru, coming to you live, and we are going to be going through a Q&A for grades 7th through 12th today. We've been in this Horse Help Challenge all month long, and you guys have been kicking butt and taking names, sending us in videos of your progress reports and how you guys are going. So happy that we can get people motivated and inspired to work on their horses and make some progress. So we're going to be answering some questions that have been sent in through text and message and email. We're going to answer some of those questions for you. We also have my buddy Fanny right over there hanging out just in case we have to demonstrate anything for you, and hoping to get some of your questions answered today. We're going to give everybody a moment to hop on here.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and try
We're going to try a mic so you guys can hear us a little bit better.
We're going to plug it in. If I can get, he's going to do a mic check. If you guys will give me the okay, I'm going to go ahead and get him plugged up. All right, go ahead and try.
All right, do you have a blue light?
I have a blue light.
Awesome. Hear you. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Thumbs up, say.
And yes.
Just see if I can hear anything back. You'll have to repeat the question.
Got to repeat the question. No problem.
Wherever I go, it's working.
They will be so much hear me.
Okay, they're saying yes.
Perfect. So we are double recording this. So we have this for the Facebook, but we also have this for the membership club. And again, we're just going to try to give you some more of this information, help you on your journey of horsemanship and getting the progress that you guys want to get.
Okay, perfect. So first is going to be 7th grade spiral questions.
7th grade.
Yes.
Doing your spiral.
Spirals are an issue with Gene and I. He seems to anticipate the backup and locks his face out. How can I prevent this?
My horse Gene and I have a question in the spirals, and he tends to lock his face and not want to back up. So whenever we're doing our spirals, we want to get our horse making a circle here, soften it to the inside, and when that horse gives, matter of fact, let me get a horse to demonstrate better. It's easier to show you than to tell you, so we will do just that. And my buddy Fanny's here to show it for you. So the spiral is by far my favorite softening exercise. You're getting that horse off the leash. You're getting that horse not to pull on you. And what we're going to do is we're going to get that horse sideways. We know that everything in that horse's power, in that horse's wheelhouse, is in a straight line. So if we can get that horse off center, it's going to make it so much easier to deal with him. So when we're doing this, and we talk about a spiral, what we want to do is this. We want to touch that horse to the inside, and a spiral is just like it sounds. It starts with a big circle, making it smaller, smaller. By only grabbing one rein, it doesn't matter how strong the horse is or how stiff they are. They can't argue with one rein. Once we get them off center, we're going to lock this inside hand into our leg. Now, where a lot of people mess up if that horse is stiff is they don't get movement of that halter. I want to make sure that my bridle, that my halter, that anything that horse is locking up on is creating friction to make that horse want to move off of the bridle. So I want to pulsate here. If he gets stuck or sprawled out, I can move his butt by looking towards his butt and ask again, move his butt, and then ask again. The benefit of this is having that horse crooked, having that horse off center is very difficult for that horse to argue with you. Whereas if we try to get that horse giving in a straight line where they're strong, the horse is twice as strong, and he's going to have his way with this. If he says no, then he rears up. If he says no, then he bucks or bolts. If we get that horse off center, if this horse gets fussy or locks up, all we have to do is let go of the outside rein. He doesn't find a release, and we can ask again. And we will just systematically break that horse down until he is just butter soft.
How do I keep her from turning her head in so far so she's able to back up easier? She is so sensitive, so I think she would be looking for the release, like she's flexing.
So the question is, my horse flexes around and tries to bite my leg and sticks my head here and doesn't want to back. So whenever I'm doing the spiral and getting that horse to back up, I want to get that horse's face no more flex than the point of the shoulder and the chest. So where the chest and the shoulder meet, no more flex than that. And whenever I'm asking that horse to get there, if I don't want him to flex any more than that, I just don't give him any more outside rein than that. So look where his face is at. When he's doing that, I can get that horse to back up because there's nowhere to hide from the pressure. A lot of times when people fail, they'll be flexing the horse here, and when you ask that horse to back, they just flex more. Like he's doing here, I'm back in here, but he doesn't feel that pressure. He just wants to flex more. You don't want that horse coming to your leg and asking him to back. You want to trap that horse's face in front of his chest so he can't hide from the pressure. And that's the whole point of this, is to put him in a position where they can't run away from that pressure and they look to move their feet and give to that pressure.
I'm going to skip to one of my end questions because you're doing a really good job of demonstrating it. General question for a horse training newbie. Can you explain more detailed concept of giving a big release?
A big release. Great question. So for a horse newbie, giving the horse that release whenever they try. Now, giving the horse that release, whatever the horse is willing and capable of doing, we're going to ask for a little bit more. So if you have a horse that he just won't back up and he just having a really hard time even moving backwards, whenever I'm pulling here, if he even leans back, I'm going to release the outside rein. For a horse like this that's already starting to give, I'm going to ask for more. Now, notice my outside rein. Every time his feet move, I'm releasing. He gets his butt to the wall, I turn him, and then I'm going to ask him some more. And every time his feet move, I release, I release. That's that release. What you don't want to do is you don't want to pull and get stuck and keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, because what will happen is you will ride out the try. The horse will have tried for you, gave you what you asked for, and since you didn't let go, the horse thinks, well, it must not be the right thing. When horses get good habits or bad habits, it's because they find a momentary release. And whether you're training the horse for good or you're training the horse for bad, every person coming into contact with the horse is a horse trainer. And whether that's for good or bad is yet to be seen. If you want to train your horse for good, be very aware when you're making them uncomfortable. So here, when I ask him to back lightly and softly, I'm aware that I'm making him uncomfortable by touching him. So giving with that outside rein is his reward for doing the right thing. As long as I'm fair with him and I'm willing to give to him every time he tries, he comes out every day wanting to do the right thing. This guy comes out every day trying to be in the right state of mind, trying to do the right thing, and keeps him very honest. But because we're always trying to give him that reward for trying.
I have a horse that sort of lollygags the spiral so slow. I feel that I should do something to speed her up to get a better response. Is slow okay, or should I add some spark?
So the question is, my horse does the spiral real slow and I want a little bit more. Should I ask for more? Should I ask for a little spark? And my answer is this. I'll go to New Jersey this weekend and I'll do a clinic, and they'll put a dozen horses in front of me, one at a time and all down the line. We will ask the horse to back up. We'll ask the horse to give his face. We'll ask the horse to do spirals. In all these cases, I don't care where the horse is at. I'm always going to ask for more. So if the horse has never done it, it's the first time, I'm going to ask for them to learn it. If they already know it, I'm going to ask them to go a little bit faster, to bend a little bit more, to give a little bit better. So if your horse is already repetitively showing you that they know how to do it, then every day you should look to do it a little bit better, a little bit faster, ask for a little bit more. And if you're constantly doing that, you keep a horse that's engaged. If you don't ask for more, if you don't ask for progress, then you'll get a horse that gets lackadaisy and is not really paying attention because you're not asking of them.
I found this super helpful on the trail when they want to speed up and catch the group. What I don't know is, should I mix up what side I circle to? I know sometimes trail conditions, terrain dictate what's safer and which direction is safer. I assume both sides are equally as important and possible to keep them supple.
The question being asked is, hey, I love this exercise for when my horse wants to speed up on the trail. It works really good on getting the horse slowing down and easy. It does because you're not pulling in a straight line where they're strong and where most horses are used to pulling on you. Does what side I pull on matter? Not really. We want that horse to be even and soft. It's not like we have to go 1 and 1. Me personally, whenever I do this, I'm looking for their resistance. I'm looking for any stickiness. Think about it like you're looking for a rust and it's a rusty hinge and you're trying to open it and close it until the rust goes away. So if this horse is stiffer on the right, then I will oftentimes do it more times to the right until it softens. I'm trying to do anything that gets rid of resistance. The more I do that, the more I'm going to get that horse's undivided attention and the better obedience dog this horse is going to be.
My horse puts its ears back when we do spiraling. Should I go slower or ignore this?
My horse is putting his ears back whenever I'm doing spirals. Should I ignore this or should I keep going? Keep going. As long as they're doing what you're asking and they're giving safe, their opinion doesn't matter. You want them to be able to do things on a good day, on a bad day, on a hot day, on a cold day. If they come out and they show their opinion and we give to that, well, then they will start dictating how our rides go. And horses don't make great leaders. You won't like the choices they make if you put them in a leadership role.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Maggie. If you'll reach out to me through gasconhorsemanship@gmail.com, we can get you guys set up for a private clinic. Miss Renee asked, how far do you want them to back up?
Miss Renee asks, how far do I want them to back up? I want them to back up a few steps further than what they're comfortable backing up. So in the beginning, I mean, just a step or two. You'll see me at a clinic and I work so hard just to get that. And it's like, oh, good job. But systematically, I want to be able to get more and more and more until I can really ask of that horse to move backwards. The more backing you do, the softer your horse will be. The more backing you'll do, the better stop your horse will have. So wherever your horse is at, ask for more. Progress is the key to happiness, and it's the same way with your horse. The more you're asking that horse to progress, the more you're asking of that horse, and the more the horse finds out he can do, the better he's going to behave for you and the happier he's going to be with you.
My horse does spirals really well in his regular bridle, but whenever I go to switching to the halter, he didn't want to stop. He goes faster and faster, but we're in a small place. He finally stopped. I decided it was good to stop for the day. What can I do to adjust them over to the halter for a resistant horse?
So we have a resistant horse that spirals good, but when you put the halter on, it doesn't spiral. A couple things that I see is make sure that your clip under here, underneath the chin, is there, your double clip, so that the halter isn't rising up their face. The next thing is, remember, the higher you go on the halter with the clips, the more pressure you have. The lower you go, the less pressure you have. So a lot of times people will have those clips way too low. And the next thing is the lower that halter is on their face, the more leverage you're going to have. The very last pro tip is to make sure that if that horse is pulling on you, don't get in a tug of war match. Use your persistence, not your power. What I mean is use friction, not force. Don't try to lay on that horse when he's laying on you. If that horse is laying on me, I'm going to let those knots move. I want to create friction. I want to create that heat in front of them, make them want to move. Where people fail is when they let that horse lay on them and they try to pull the horse. If you're using your muscle, you're not using your mind. Don't let that horse get you in a tug of war match. As my grandfather used to say, boy, don't get in a pissing match with a skunk, you'll lose. Don't get in a tug of war match with a horse. None of these horses at any of these clinics can outpull me because I'm not going to pull with them. When they start pulling on me, that's the whole point of the spiral, is that they can't grab me. Every time that they try to get stiff on me, I'm going to touch and release, kind of like Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You're not going to let them grab a hold of you. And every time that they try, you're going to create that friction and get out of there before they can do anything with you. And when I start asking them to stop and back, I'm not letting them grab me. I want to make sure that those knots are doing work. Whenever you get stuck with that, it's because you're letting that horse lay on you and you're trying to pull that horse back. You want to use your persistence.
On the ground, is it okay to grab the halter and push them back?
On the ground, is it okay to grab the halter and push them back?
Yeah, to get them to understand the stroke.
In kindergarten?
Before you do it from the saddle. I imagine it's with spirals.
With spirals.
Yeah.
So how would you spiral from the ground?
Just because it's in the same category. It might be different. Renee, you can elaborate if it's something different. But I imagine to help you get the point, like if somebody's on the horse asking for a spiral and they're not understanding, you're going to want to go to pulsating pressure instead.
Pulsating pressure. That's what you. And remember, a lot of times people overstay their welcome and they're not releasing when that horse is trying. A lot of times people are failing, one, because they're trying to pull on the horse instead of pulsate on the horse. And number two, that horse will give a lean back, will give a step back, will do the right thing, but we won't let go and tell that horse good job, so the horse assumes that they're not doing the right thing.
That was in kindergarten. So no, Renee, you'd want to make sure that you're creating. If you're close enough to touch the halter, you're too close to the horse for kindergarten.
So if you're grabbing a hold of that horse's face on the ground by the halter, we're a little bit too close. We want to make sure that we're doing it outside of the horse's bubble.